Okay, so what we got is some standard 147 grain bull metal jacket surplus. We are a little over 100 yards. We're shooting a 1943 Mosin PPU Sniper. And we're going to test what the cavity's going to look like. But just because we're going to shoot it through the steel plate to see if you were hiding behind something, what type of cavity that would actually create for your body. So that's what we're going to do. He's getting a second big plate that's an inch thick as our backer, and we're going to put a jug of water right here. So hopefully shoot through the plate, see the cavity inside, and catch what's left in the water jug. By then, if it's not slowed down, he'll go through the water jug and hit the steel plate. So we shall see. Oh shit, that didn't look good. Just high. Well, there's a bullet fragment. That helps. Yeah. All right. Let's try it again. Yeah, you were here. You need to be right here. Okay. Yeah, right there where that dark spot is, right there. Okay. Man, I just can't win. You have a sniper rifle! It's in the name! Well, that hit it. I hope. Shit. You didn't hit it. I hit it. Here. My turn. All right. Okay, so round 3, and it looks like we hit the top of the block, and we have an exit out the bottom back here. Yeah, I told you it was going to be like that. Question is, after it hit the steel plate, where'd the bullet go? Did it bounce back into the block? Or bounce off somewhere? Oh, we'll look around. Oh, there. Right there. Ah, it's hot. So it's left of it after hitting this plate. Yeah, that plate's no joke. That's like an armored access panel at the bottom of a vehicle. There's chunk 2. So, hi. And, the top of the block, unfortunately. There is jacket, and later on we'll tear this apart and we'll get a better look. That can't be it. Yep. Yeah. That was you. That was you. That was mine. Yeah, you think you're so special, huh? I was aiming all the way down here, so it's still shooting high. So we need to lower it some more. It doesn't go any lower. Okay, so this is our block shot of the 7.62 by 54R military surplus out of a 1943 PPU Sniper 9130. And it went through a 1/4 inch plate of mild steel. The plate had about 2 inches of gap between it and the block. It hit the block, and as you can see, started to tumble. And you'll see that the jacket, there's a chunk of jacket right here, literally at the far end of the block. So at 10 3/4 inches to the farthest end there, but you'll see that the main part of the bullet actually exited out. Bitch. The main part of the bullet exited out down here, and even in the video you could see that this was actually smoking after the shot had been fired and then struck into the steel plate. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to take this top that got peeled back, and we're just going to move it out of the way. And it should reveal the bulk of the cavity here. As you can see, it left a substantial hole, ripping a hole, what did you say, about 3 inches wide?
3.5.
And just over 2 inches deep. It's a little deeper down on that end. And then this jacket, so we're going to cut this jacket out now. Looks like it is just a hollow shell of bimetal case. It doesn't look like there's any lead left in it. It hit something. There is something right there that broke off. And it looks like it is a chunk of part of the, it's not a jacket, part of that core.
Looks like it.
We'll heat it up and melt all the wax off of it. And we did recover that chunk of metal off of the steel plate in the back. So we did recover some of it. And very much like your 75 Boattail hollow points we did. So see that instead of it leaving lead the entire way, it looks like it left just bits of random metal and jacket as it goes down through. Hit here, nosedive. What do you think? I bet you right there where that big.
That's where it started tumbling.
That's where it did its tumble, and you can see it actually came out sideways. Came out sideways. Oh, there it is. Bounced back into the
core.
Yep, that's what came out sideways. That's what bounced back into the block sideways. This was at the bottom. This was that's what was smoking.
It melted its way through.
Yep. It came out and it hit that steel plate, bounced back at the bottom. That was melted. So, 1/4 inch plate plus a foot of wax, ballistic wax, and bounced off a 1 inch thick armor plate, and there is the core from it. So that went down, the jacket went up. So somewhere about, right here, I would say it's separated, because that's where that big differentiate in the cavity went. So just one more look before I take it and completely separate it. That is the channel. Remove the first chunk of it. That is the back half of it. This is the shape of what the front half looked like when it first came in. The first half, when it first hit, opened up more, and the end. So that's pretty interesting.
Would you say before it started opening up? 5?
It didn't really open. I'd say that the tumbling actions what caused it to do your main cavity. This here was just at a sheer fucking force. Yeah, force and speed. And as you can see, it hit. It was already probably slightly tumbled, but when you line this up, it didn't really start. I mean, if we would have hit center in a block, I feel that it would have done the exact same thing, except for I think the cavity would actually been a little bit more impressive because it would have been more in the center instead of it having no way of relieving out the top. But the fact that it did have a way of relieving out the top, I mean, you can see it's still hard, but it dove into that block. That yaw, I mean, that channel right there, as you can see, as it came down through and exited, it was going sideways. That was that penetrator core coming out, and it actually came out, bounced off the block, and was sitting there in that last little bottom section melting. As you can see, this was actually hot enough as it went through, it actually started to melt the block. So to that first like main starting to yaw, I put about 3 inches in, but I think it would have done it a lot earlier if it was more of a center shot. So we get the next 9130 scoped, we'll redo this test and confirm or deny our results.